Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Roadblock here. Today's video is going to be on the main account. This isn't going to be replacing any other free-to-play content, but this is on my main account. Now, full disclosure, I have spent money on this account. I wouldn't classify myself as a whale per se. I usually joke and say I'm a dolphin, like a slightly smaller animal out in the sea. But basically, I spend a little bit of money here and there on the game, but nothing too crazy. I have been playing it for over a year. Um, so it's pretty well progressed. But today I was talking to a clan member of mine, and we were talking about Arena. Now, because I've been focusing so much on the free to play, my Arena has been taking a little bit of a hit. But um, the composition that he was using, respectfully, was four really strong legendaries. Unfortunately, there was no kind of synergy amongst them. So I wanted to talk about my teams. So I used two different teams. And I know I've made videos on this in the past. Sorry if you've been a viewer for a long time and it's a duplicate, but we have a lot of new viewers now, a lot of new subscribers. So I really wanted to make this video to kind of inform them about the mechanics of different team setups. So this is a go first team. It's very similar to my free to play team. But on my free to play team, I have less of a speed aura, and I have Deacon filling the role of two of these characters. Actually, arguably all three of these characters, Deacon can fill that role. However, he just brings a much weaker speed aura. His aura is only 15%. So what this team does is Arbiter is built very, very fast. She's my second fastest character on the account. You can see she is in all speed gear. Okay. And she is at 287 speed. I would love to have her higher. I think I do have some pieces that might be able to get more speed out of her recently, but she is my fastest character. Notice I don't have any of this gear ascended or anything like that because that's just not an area that I farm just yet. She also does have a high amount of HP. That's not necessarily a requirement for this build. You could just build her super squishy but super fast. You don't really need her. The whole point is that the enemy never takes a turn. That's the whole concept here. So then the second person that's going to go is going to be my Lady Kimmy. Now, Lady Kimmy is not built for Arena. She is built for Hydra, but she does have very high accuracy. She has 242 speed. That speed is within 30% speed of Arbiter. So if my Arbiter goes first, then Lady Kimmy, because Arbiter gives turn meter by 30%. So that means Lady Kimmy is going to go next, and Lady Kimmy will do her turn meter reduction, decrease accuracy, and decrease speed on the enemy team. So not only will Arbiter make my team go faster, but then Lady Kimmy comes in and makes the other team go slower. Okay? So then right before I attack, I use Ragash and I use his A2, which brings decreased defense and a chance for a stun. Well, actually, 100% chance for a stun. So uh, that just helps me to increases my chances of doing maximum damage. It also will help me deal with other threats like a Mortu Macabre and those things. But I will say, even though it's 100%, his accuracy is pretty low because I do have him kind of built not great. Because I do need him to hit certain speed targets and everything. So, and I at the time I built him, I haven't rebuilt him in a while. I might have better banners on the account that could likely get me more accuracy. So I might, need to roll up some gear for him. But so far, it's been working just fine. I'm able to hit gold 5. I try to stay in gold 4, gold 5 range if possible. Like I said, I've slacked lately because I've been playing the free to play so much. Um, and then my nuker is Hefrak. Just a really good nuker. He does bring self buffing capability if I need it. I don't use it in this current build, but it is something that's available to me if need be. For other content, actually, is where I get the most use out of the out of this ability. So Soul Reap on the Blessing for him, and that's the speed team. He's 166 speed, so nothing too crazy. Really high crit damage. almost 6k attack, just under by 200. So he hits really hard. Now, the other team that I run is a go second team. Where are you guys at? There you are. So for the go second team, this is how I build a go second team. I put Mortu Macabre in it, and I gave him every single one of my best supports. That's it. That's all I do. In fact, I'm considering, and I probably will likely do it now, because swapping out Rector Drath for Mithrala, because Mithrala will bring extra shielding, but Mithrala will also bring increased attack, which Mortu Macabre doesn't have. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because he's HP based, so never mind. That doesn't matter. But yeah, the whole concept here, these guys are not necessarily built for Arena. Pythion has been built for Arena in the past, but for the purposes of this build, he's not built that way. So the whole concept here is Mortu Macabre. What makes him so strong? When he procs Peril, it will block revive. It ignores shields. And the damage is based on his HP, which he has a ton of, at not almost 100,000. And he's in one thing of Stone Skin set, which is going to help him survive the first onslaught, in addition to all the support provided to him from the 4 supports that I mentioned, or the 3 supports that I mentioned. And we're basically just counting on Peril. Because Peril ignores all defense, I don't need him in Savage gear. All I need is for him to have very, very high HP and very, very high crit damage, almost 300% crit damage, right? So, and that's in Stone Skin and all, and etc. So, in fact, this is another situation where he's been built for so long, I could likely find, nope, yeah, no other. So this is my best HP banner, which is, what I need for him. So, and then obviously crit damage here, and it does have HP on it, so no procs, but still. Anyways, so those are the 2 teams. So the concept between a speed team and a go second team: a speed team, the enemy team never gets a turn. A go second team, the enemy gets a turn and you try to survive it. That's what makes Stone Skin so valuable on my Mortu Macabre, is that he will survive that. However, what I really wanted to talk about today is what I identified when I was talking to my clan member about decreased defense and increase attack. So a team I used to run back in the day was Genbo with, actually, is it still in here? It might still be saved. Yeah, this is my old Arena team. Okay, this is before I got Arbiter. And if we look at it, Genbo goes first. Ultimate Death Knight. I mean, why is he in this team? To protect Genbo, right? Mishinaki brings decreased defense, and then Pythion brings damage mitigation, cleansing, healing, and reviving. This is not a terrible team. This team would likely win against this team. But it's gonna be slower. It's gonna take longer potentially. And there are a lot of so when you compare it to my current team, I'm bringing more buffs for my own team, which in the form of increased attack, which I don't have in this team currently. And it's just inefficient is what I would say. It'll probably win here. Let's go ahead and use it. Let's use this team. This is a team I used for a really long time. Let's see how they do. All right, and there we go. So that was 13 seconds. Now, I wish I could fight the same team again, but we'll fight. They were one. We'll fight this team. This is a similar team. And now we'll use my speed team right here. All right. So not an exact match. We only saved 1 second. but the main reason is because they had unkillable on themselves. So, you know. But if I were to fight, like, this is a tanky team. I don't know if my current team can beat this. Let me pop one of my things here. We'll come in here and we're going to fool around. So like I said, this is an experimental video. I kind of want to play around with a couple of things here. So let's use my old team against this team and see what happens. And so this is right here. This is the problem with the old team. So we're already at 20 seconds. You know, they're super buffed. They're super strong. You know, we're not making any headway. We lose 2. And here's the thing. I don't feel like we've actually lost this yet. So Mishinaki, well, he's frozen, which is unfortunate. If Mishinaki wasn't frozen, I think we might be okay here. So there's our big AoE. Not enough to kill them. And we'll talk about why here in a second. So they didn't have decreased defense on them. They didn't have increased attack on our guys. So now I clear all their buffs off with the Mishinaki, right? And we start getting people low. But this is a fight that could go on for a really long time. For the sake of the video, we're going to call it there. Let's see how well my new team does. That's fast. Super fast, right? Let's just see how they do against this. They could still lose. You know, I don't know. So if we go with the speed team. And we'll see if we can go faster than them. All right. Oh, well, they're Tormund. Yeah, that's a problem with Tormund. He's very anti-speed team. We still might be able to pull this together, but probably not. Yeah. Okay. So Tormund bites. All right. I really was hoping I could show you guys something in particular on that, but well, let's use my go second team on this. And this could just be a team that I can't beat, right? But my go second team, because they don't hit that hard, so I think I can survive. So we'll use my go second team here. My go second team is actually very similar to what you just saw out of the team with Genbo on it, except it's actually built kind of the right way around Mortu Macabre, essentially. So we're going to survive all these initial attacks. Now, in my, earlier you saw Genbo died in all those attacks. We have to focus down Duchess for now. But let's see if Mortu Macabre gets a proc, which is this whole thing is built around Mortu Macabre getting a proc. Boom. Wow. They are tanky. They are for sure tanky. Alright. Who I want to get Tormund down is who I want to get down. But I can't target him yet. So we're going to keep going after the Duchess. There we go. Duchess is dead. So now we'll go for Ursiga next. I don't remember Ursiga's kit, but I want to keep the AoE attackers alive, or else Mortu will never proc Peril. Because they're all going to get, all their single target are always going to hit UDK. So Tormund is who I definitely want to get rid of. Tormund's the biggest threat to the team, given my composition. So let's go ahead and boom, he's dead. And so this is how the go second team works. Now you can build a go second team with a different nuker, and you could do it with, there's many different characters you can use. I'm just lucky enough to have gotten a Mortu Macabre and be able to build him out this way to have a go second team that can survive off of the through their abilities, and then come in with the big free nukes that Mortu Macabre brings through Peril. It is contingent on Peril, and it will be a long fight. As you can see, we're already at 2 minutes on the fight. Hopefully, we're basically just need Valkyrie to keep getting her Man, that is a tough one. We should be able to break through it here in a second, and then that'll be it. That is a tough-ass Ursaga. Like, I've smoked UDKs faster than this Ursaga. Ugh, this is just dragging on. So this is one of those teams that people build that are so frustrating and annoying of a defense team because it will take you forever to get through them. And it stinks. It's annoying. See, Mortu didn't proc. Yeah, so we're waiting on Peril to proc here. And that's pretty much it. So this isn't like, a super fast team or anything like that. Or, sometimes this will happen, right? But that's the point of it, is to be able to survive and make it through these fights that I probably would never be able to beat without a Go Second team, just because of how annoyingly built they are. Between all their defense that they clearly have and their high HP values and everything, it's just a very annoying team. All right, more two. There we go. That's what you're waiting on. The Valkyrie should die relatively quickly now. We just need to get more procs off of Peril. But yeah, I have a super tanky UDK. I've got Pythion brings decreased damage for all the buffs that they have. And then same with Perfect Veil, decreasing the damage that they can do. So we really just want Valkyrie to use her AoE attack as much as possible to proc my Mortu. There we go. Okay. So that's my take on a Go Second team. There are better, faster versions of a Go Second team, but Mortu, as strong as he is good at that. But I wanted to talk about how mainly I wanted to talk about decreased defense and increased attack. So let's go back to my speed team. I feel pretty confident my speed team can beat this team. Now they are tanky. They've got a Mountain King and a UDK, but I'm not going to do auto, and I'm going to lose this on purpose, but I want to show you. So we still get to go first, but instead of giving myself increased attack here, I'm just going to do a speed buff, and then I will still do normal, decrease their speed so they don't get a turn. Let's use no buffs this time. So I'll do the speed here, and then we'll so we don't want to use, I want to demonstrate how weak it is without those buffs, okay? So this is a really big nuker that I'm using. Boom, boom. Still did pretty good damage, but I didn't kill everybody. Look, Mountain King is alive, and even their Rhonda is still alive. That's kind of crazy that it was able to kill a Cardiel and a UDK and not the Rhonda, right? So I wanna lose this battle so I can show you guys the difference. And we'll do it again. This time I will use those debuffs and buffs. So we'll give increased attack. Same thing, take away their turn meter. We will stun and decrease their defense. Now he already has AoE attacks, so he doesn't need, or increased attacks, so he doesn't need to self buff. And then we use, and look at that. Do you guys see the difference? It's such a big, big swing. Now, ideally, I would have liked to use just increase attack or just decrease defense as a demonstration to show you that both of them is better than just one of them. But I recommend you bring at least one of them. Because it makes such a big difference and people sleep on it. I slept on it. I slept on it forever. I mean, almost a year playing this game, and I didn't bring anybody that brought increase attack. I was like, well, I bring decrease attack. That's good enough. Not realizing that increase attack is 50% of my attack, right? boosted on top. So it's extremely valuable to bring increase attack and decrease defense when you're building a team. So those are things that you want to build around. Now, when you're talking speed battles, so all like Marishka does all battles by 24. Well, I have 30% and I have a very fast arbiter. So I think that I can win this speed battle. Okay. And we do. Now they have stone skin on their UDK. That's just annoying. You know? Ooh. Kill it. Yes. Yay. How did Orobo get another revive there? Okay, anyways. Like I said, this is just a nuisance. It's just annoying. Eventually Stone Skin falls off with the way my comp is built. Also, Lady Kimmy has a chance to possibly remove Stone Skin, so there's some value from her on her second turn there. But you can see we still beat it. But if you're worried about winning the speed battle, which is a thing that can like here's a an arbiter led team. I'm willing to bet I lose this speed battle. Actually, what is this team? This is a super tanky team. Let's see if I lose this speed battle. Oh, I did lose the speed battle, so I don't land the stun. And I got feared. Unfortunate. Alright. And I think my Arbiter already used her. I don't like that. I don't like that the AI for Arbiter doesn't wait until someone's dead. I understand because it gives turn meter, and that's valuable, but I would prefer for her to wait until someone was dead, and I can't tell it to wait. But either way, in a couple of turns here, we're going to get our Heffrack back up, and we should be able to finish them. But honestly, Ragash is such a good nuker in his own right that he might even be able to do it all by himself. Maybe not if they had with a Withered and a Duchess, but there we go. We get some stuns out. Let's see if we can get him to take a turn. And he should be going soon. Maybe. There we go. And there we go. So, we lost the speed battle, but I still have tanky compositions around the rest of them that we were able to beat that team. But if we lost the speed battle against, there's no other speed teams currently kind of going on here on defense. But the problem that's why I recommend building two teams. You can build a speed team, but you can still lose the speed battle. And when you lose the speed battle, it increases your chances to lose that fight. And so, you want to make sure that you have like a Go Second team. It could even be a team like what I was using as my only team, right? Which was like a UDK and Mishinaki and Pythion. You could that's a team that you could still, even if you just had like if we look at my Go First team and we just took out Arbiter and Lady Kimmy, you could put in some tankier champions, and there's always tankier DPS as well instead of Heffrack. The problem with Heffrack in this current is that he's super squishy because I'm only wanting him to do a bunch of damage. I don't need him to take hits, right? So if you're looking for champions that can take hits, you're looking for defense-based nukers or HP-based nukers like Mortu Macabre, which is why it works great for me. But you really should be looking for characters that can bring increase attack and decrease defense. So if we go, one of the great things is if you don't know who on your roster can do these things, we now have this great filter. So let's look for aura. So who brings a speed aura? Right? All these characters bring speed auras. So we'll look at skills. 24% in all battles. 30% in arena for Arbiter. That's why she's my speed lead. 24% here. I do have a Deacon. on this account now. Now, because I didn't know about getting an easy deacon right away, like on my main account, or I mean on my free to play account rather. This guy I only got recently. I haven't had a deacon on this account for over a year. Okay, but here you have a 19% in all battles, right? So there are better speed leads. You could bring Sun Wukong for a good lead, but you could still bring Deacon because Deacon does three of the things that my Go First team on this account does. He boosts my turn meter only by 15%, but still, he boosts my turn meter, which is what Arbiter does right now. So if you don't have Arbiter, Deacon Armstrong can fill that role until you get her. He also takes the turn meter of the enemy. And if we look at Lady Kimmy decreases them by 15%. Deacon does the same amount. It decreases them by 15% while also giving me 15%. Okay? Then he gets an extra turn and also brings decreased defense, just like my Ragash did. Now, Ragash also brings a stun with that on 100%. So there's more value to Ragash than Deacon. But again, Deacon does both things that you're looking for, although slightly less turn meter fill. You could make up for that turn meter fill by bringing someone else like a High Katoon, who could then boost you by another 15%. So you still get Arbiter's 30%, and then you still get Kimmy's 15% reduction on the enemy team, and you get the Ragash's decreased defense. So then you'd have room for a different third champion that would give you value. Maybe you want a AoE stun or AoE sleep or something like that. There are a lot of champions that can do that. So if we look at, how do I undo this? Okay. If we look at debuffs and we look at like a sleep or stun. Oh, that's both. Okay. So sleep champions that bring, sleep, you've got options here. And then if you wanted stun, again, these are all the options. Here's one that you can get from Doom Tower. Syl is a great stun option. So, you do have options that you guys can work with. And then to be that third champion. And then you would just have your nuker who would do. Actually, so what are we missing with the build that I mentioned? So we talked about if we did Deacon into High Katoon, so then we need an increase attacker. So let's look at increase attack. The big version. This is the big version. So Mithrala can bring it. I want to make sure it's AoE. All allies, yeah. Ursula. Seeker is a great option because Seeker brings it and the 30% turn meter. He basically has the same buff that Arbiter has without the speed lead. So you could bring Seeker instead of High Katoon and get that same effect. So a lot of different champions that can bring increased attack to the whole team. And then you use an attack-based nuker. Now, if you want to use a defense-based nuker, that works too. You just need to make sure you bring an increased defense champion instead of an increased attack champion. So if we were talking increased defense champion on the team, you'd be looking at Seekers is through a passive. That's not reliable. So you could bring, yeah, Ursula, obviously Mithrala. Is his on all champions? Yeah, all allies. Yeah. Lightsworn is a good one. Lightsworn's another one you can get with a code, I believe. I think it's only from content creator code though. I don't think it's one that's like widely known. So lots of different options out there. How's Sepulchre's work? Is it just straight up on all allies? Yeah, so Sepulchre Sentinel is one. So these are all options that you have to boost your nuker. But anytime you're fighting enemies, you want to bring decrease defense and increase attack or increase defense, depending on the type of nuker that you have. And that's the important part. it's something that I think a lot of people sleep on. I know I did, and that's why I think that. I think that because I did it for over a year. I actually, okay, that's not over a year, but for just under a year. I don't remember when I got Arbiter. It's been a couple months now, but for like way too long, I didn't use increase attack, and I only used decrease defense, and it makes such a drastic difference. Um, so if you have one takeaway from this video, please let it be to bring decreased defense and bring increased attack. Look over your rosters. Use this filter. Hey, who brings it? Who brings it on an AoE level so you can build a fast team? Now I want to show you why speed kind of matter. Like what is the value in this team? And this is going to make the video take a little bit longer. I do apologize, but I really kind of want to show you guys um, why having a speed team like this can be so valuable. So I can just blow through arena. So I started this, you know, arena gold 1. I even took an intentional loss. And I've mostly been talking for this 30 minutes, but I wanted to rank up, right? And so do I still have any more? I've got 5 there. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of these. No, don't count on having these. I have these refreshes because of spending money in the game. But yeah, so my point is I can just cruise through here just like I'm farming up champions. I'm just farming up, getting back into top tier of arena. Now this is also a really great day to do this, by the way, because I'm doing it during a arena tournament. So I'm already back up to gold 2. So if we go look at the tournament right now, so I'm getting extra rewards, which is always nice. And then I'm also getting boosted up. So I'm only at 513. Like I said, I've not been playing arena. But, you know, I would like to be what is it? Is it under tiers? So this is an interesting topic as well. Again, this video is so long. I don't want it to be this long, but these bonuses that you get from different arena tiers, that also impacts your PvE performance. So, you know, if you drop from gold 5 down into gold 1 or even silver 4, you could impact your performance. I'm pretty sure that's how the tiers work. Arena tiers, affect PvE grade. Yeah, they're applied. They're global bonuses. Yeah, okay. So if you're not getting, you know, those max bonuses, you actually could start falling out of content that you used to previously clear pretty consistently. So you do kind of want to make sure that you're staying up there. I am going to speed through. I thought about making this video like 10 minutes longer just by showing you how quickly I can get myself back up into that rank. But I'm not going to. What's my defense team? Yeah, I'm actually going to change this. You know, for the longest time, I've been using this defense team. I'm going to use my go second team as my defense. I'm not trying to progress like anywhere too crazy high in the game, but I do think this gives me a better chance, given that I don't play this account as much, of dropping out of gold 5. I don't want to drop out of gold 5. I want to stay in gold 5 so that I can keep my bonuses across this account so I don't struggle in areas that I previously farmed very easily. So, anyways, I'm going to save you guys the trouble of me just plowing through and getting my arena ranking back up on the main account. But I wanted to mostly just talk about increased attack, decreased defense, and the types of teams you can run: a speed team or a go second team. With this speed team, I'm gonna do a couple refills and I'll be back up into gold 3, gold 4, where I want to be, right? Maybe gold 5 tonight. So just keep that kind of stuff in mind. You want to make sure you're taking advantage of buffs and debuffs when applicable. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.